Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna do this very quickly because I don't have that much time. Because obviously, I have to ice a cake that I just baked a couple moments ago. And obviously, the cake is still hot, so I'm gonna floss and brush my teeth, and then I guess I'll be perfect to floss, floss, ice the cake. Oh my goodness, I'm going crazy today. So, talk about as we talk, as we floss. I can't show you my flossing because, yeah, it's gross. But I just want to say that um, I just ate an apple and some pieces were stuck on my teeth. I'm not a fan of waiting so late just to floss because it takes so much time. Not really, but it feels like it takes so much time. So as you can see, this is just a piece of floss. It's not my floss. I had to floss without really asking for permission because my floss ran out. I need to get better floss. I normally have the very cheap floss, which is not a big deal, but these type of floss that's very thin, it's less string type. It's more rectangle. Those are the types of floss I like. I've had one before, but then I ended up getting a different one, and that one was just completely different, because it's more string type than this. This is from Colgate, which is really interesting. There's no toothpaste taste. So, what's on the news for today? Well, I want to talk about other stuff because just talking about Chris Tyson all day gets boring. I'm sorry, but it's so boring. And when you search his name, there's not much comes out. I'm not saying I want drama. I don't want drama. I think all of this has been blown out of proportion. Yes, a lot of people are worried about Chris Tyson's child and his wife, and there's just so much going on, and I feel like there's so much of conspiracies going on, so much of crazy stuff going on. I don't want to talk about it. So you might as well just move on to the next subject, which is Matt Walsh. Apparently, a couple days ago, he had been at a lot of his content have been from his personal content have been taken. And what's crazy is that the news publications, Wired, was so giddy about it. They were so excited about this. They wanted to have all the other personal information. It's really ridiculous how it's okay to ask someone. It's okay to ask someone now, and people will cheer it on. We aren't talking about government. We aren't talking about anything like that. We are talking about it, just a citizen, a citizen. If Matt Walsh was not as popular, or let's just say it was just on Daily Wire, it wasn't on Daily Wire, you know very well that people would rarely hear of him. Okay. Oh, it really hurts when I floss. I'm trying to do it very softly, but uh-uh. Sometimes I have to saw inside, like move left to right, just so the floss can go inside. If that makes sense. So I wonder which other YouTuber will transition. Because these days it seems so common now for so many people to transition. One moment they're gay, the next moment they're bi, the next moment they're trans. And then that's not enough. They have to change all their identity, make themselves look so different, and all the other type of stuff. It's like it's never ending for some people. But overall, I will predict a couple of people transitioning. I could be wrong on this, but I feel like a lot of well-known people are going to transition. I don't really want to name all the names, but I'm just going to assume you will get on YouTube, you'll get a lot of M to F, and maybe Twitch, you might get a couple of F to M. I'm just saying, it's just such a strange phenomenon. A couple of weeks ago, I even asked you on the posts on which YouTuber will transition next. Never got a good response on that, but overall, um, I was just curious because I was just thinking, what if certain types of people that were very edgy long ago transition? I've seen a lot of YouTubers be more feminine these days. I don't even know why. It's becoming all too common. Oh wow. I don't want to show this because it's very disgusting, but there's a disgusting piece of apple on my floss. Some parts of my teeth have so much of gaps that certain pieces of food get stuck inside. Oh my, that's a big piece. There's more pieces inside. Wow. I really wish I could show you, but then it's so disgusting. Will I get braces? I don't know if I'll ever get braces, but I will say that if I have to, I'll get it, but not right now because we're really short on money. The best thing to do is to just save up for it. Right now, I'm learning the hard way. Okay. Oh, my finger got stuck for a moment. My finger was just like bent like this. Sometimes my second toe just does that. It just bends on its own, and you can't lift it up. Really crazy stuff. Sometimes if I press too hard, it really itches. Maybe I flossed and I hurt my mouth so bad. Okay, that's it. Oh, it hurts so badly. So what I normally do is I just, you know, brush my teeth now. I don't know if you're supposed to floss after, but it doesn't make sense to floss after because you already brush your teeth. All of the toothpaste has already wrapped around your mouth. Why do you want to why do you want to take that out? Like why do you want to floss that out, you know? It's best to do the flossing first. I would hear people say floss after you brush, but that doesn't make sense because you already brushed your teeth and yeah, all the Colgate all over you, or whatever toothpaste, it's just all over your mouth. And adding floss just takes away some of that. So it's best to floss before because all the food comes out, and if there's anything left, the brushing can round it all up. That's how I see certain things. Definitely, that's how I see certain things. Let me just try one more time. Just checking the usual spot. Okay, I got some blood. Got some. You can't see it, but there's some blood. Blood so much. You know what happens? At dinner, which I think I'll eat cake, but then that will stick on my mouth. I don't know if I'll floss again or I'll just gargle afterwards. I'll try not to eat too much. And hopefully my siblings like mint. I know they don't like mint. The cake I baked is basically a chalk mint cake. I know for some people it's delicious. Some people it's just terrible. So as I was mixing, I decided to take some from that spatula and taste it. It was so strong. Oh my goodness. I really hope it tastes more sweeter. So instead of baking muffins, I decided to bake it in one big cake instead. I mean, it feels a bit more better that way. You know, I mean, put it in a muffin tray, it's not going to change anything. It just divides it into smaller blocks. The only problem is that it's hard to store them. Compared to a cake, you just put it in and that's it. But with muffins, they're a bit more different. They're shaped much more different. So sometimes we have to use like three or four. No, 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 two containers, you could say. Two containers just to store them in. So what else can I talk about before we end this live stream? Um, Matt Walsh has gotten hacked, and I mentioned that. A lot of people are cheering for it, obviously. And Matt Walsh is not going to make YouTube videos anymore, or at least not going to put a lot of his videos on YouTube because YouTube sent him a warning saying if he doesn't, you know, if he doesn't give people the the correct pronouns, he's going to get banned. Literally, that's what's going on right now. This is how they want you to conform. So don't be surprised when they come after the next thing. Now it may be pronouns. Couple minutes, no, couple hours, in fact. No, you could say couple months instead. Let's just say, for the sake of the argument, couple months they'll come after something else. Oh, you can't criticize certain people. Just remember that brands will want to protect themselves so much. Okay, you won't be able to criticize them. Why YouTube has no dislike buttons? Obviously, it has a lot to do with politics, but a lot of brands recently have been getting a lot of dislikes, especially during the year the dislikes were taken out, which was 2021. Remember that there were a lot of companies coming out getting massively downvoted, and I feel like YouTube needed to do something about this. They think it's organized hate when no, it's just that some of these companies make stupid products and they try to sell to people, and it's a clear message to say I don't want your product. Simple as that. You know, the dislike buttons are there for a reason. But then they decided to hide the counter. Doesn't make sense. Does not make sense at all. This is what I'm talking about. You know, one day things are going to be so bad. Honestly, things are going to be hidden all over. They're going to come after everything. You even just say something slightly bad about one company and then they'll come after you. Just remember the power of corporations. It's more powerful than you think. Okay, so I'm gonna brush my teeth right now. Let me just show you. Let me show you. Okay, I'm gonna brush my teeth with this toothbrush. I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, look at that toothbrush. Look at that. It looks very hairy, but no. As I would brush, certain pieces would come out for some reason. It is slowly deteriorating, withering away. And obviously, I need to get a new brush. I can't remember how long I had this brush for. I don't really change it often, that's the truth. I'm not someone to change my brush often. Maybe I should do that, but the brush, the thing about brushes is that normally I don't really pay so much attention to it until a couple times I feel like it. But overall, I think this has to be the worst a brush has gotten from myself. Normally, any brush I use would always remain very similar shape, but this one has a lot of brushes going on. You can tell there's a problem with myself when I'm brushing like that, okay? I'm also sorry about my voice. I never warmed it up. Okay, so we also have chocolate, which we're gonna microwave and wrap around the cake. Maybe just the top. I also put sprinkles on the cake and it baked with it, but I'm just going to wrap chocolate around it. Now that I think about it, I feel like wrapping around chocolate over sprinkles is going to make the sprinkles come out. Too late, I never thought about it. Maybe we can wrap the sides up. I don't know. I don't know what we could do. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna brush. I need to get a new toothbrush, so this is just a regular plastic one. I know there's so much of electrical ones. The problem with electrical ones is that they're pretty expensive. And the thing I like about these brushes is that they have more uh whatever you call it, bristles. It has more of that compared to the electric, because electric just has like a circular one and that's it. Not that's not the end of the world. It's just that I want a bit more all around, you know? But overall, maybe I'll try that one day. But I'm not promising anything. I feel like I'll just stick with these type of brushes because they're way better to have and pretty cheap to find. I feel like with electric toothbrushes, you have to plug them in and all the type of stuff. Kind of crazy. But I do miss this part over here, which is supposed to be the tongue scraper, the tongue cleaner. You know, some brushes have them, some don't. I never really liked brushes that had like, what do you want to call it? That had a lot of stretchy uh, type of material. I've had a couple of brushes like that. One time, I had a brush like that and it broke. So I had to only use this small section over here to brush my teeth. I kid you not, this happened a couple of years ago. And so I'd rather have like a hard plastic. But I don't know, I think electric toothbrushes might be cool, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think I'll just stick with this. Maybe a different color because I'm kind of getting bored of this color. I do remember having red in the past. I do remember having, what else? I can't remember. White. I do remember having white. I think the most common color of toothbrushes I've ever had was white. So, okay, just gotta squeeze it in. Bye.